This is once again the Dragon Invitational number 4. As we load into this game, I once again would like to just take a moment to pay some respects to Seed. Holy crap, after that game, I'm really legitimately bummed that he lost. But we'll see how he handles game number 2. Spawning here in the bottom right corner of the map, though, the victor of game number 1. It's going to be the Red Protoss, Yoey Flash Wolf's son. Who, let's be honest, just played a very smooth game. No special tactics needed. Just had a really great macro advantage over his opponent, who, in the bottom left corner of the map, from Dignitas, is going to be the blue Protoss player Seed. And I can't stress again, I have not seen anything as cool as that first initial hold in StarCraft 2, but it is a little bit sad that I couldn't go further than just a mere hold. But one of the things coming into this next map, Nimbus does change the dynamics around, but only ever so slightly. One of the things I am looking forward to seeing is, of course, the natural base on this one. It's a little bit more safe, a little more secure. As we saw in Overgrowth, it's a pretty scary hold and something that can easily be sniped. I don't know any PvP match that goes with, say, like Nexus first. If you do, you're asking for a bad time, bottom line. But, yeah, it'd be interesting to see someone try and get away with that on this map in particular, but see taking his double gases here very quickly. This is going to be really nice because, you know, typically in StarCraft 2, if you guys haven't noticed, there's like a pattern where a lot of people tend to scout in a very regularized order opposite to like where they spawn. So Sound's probably going to go to the top. Oh, no, he's actually going to go bottom left. I was going to say, most players go clockwise, but on Nimbus, we've been seeing players scout a little bit differently. Not the biggest deal in the world. Scouting is probably the least important thing here right now, but the double gas is being taken so quickly, it's going to get scouted very early here out of Sun, and this is going to raise some flags, some red flags, some suspicions immediately, because you don't take these gases this early unless you're looking to, oh, hang on. Alright, he's going to see them both. Anyways, you don't take the gases this early unless you're looking to advance your tech a little bit. Whether it's Twilight Council, whether it's going to be the Stargate, Dark Templar, you name it. The only thing that you do see with this build is that it's not going to be a lot of gateways usually. But Seed, I don't know if you guys caught that there for a moment, tried to hide that he didn't want to show that he was going so gas heavy. So he pulled some workers off the refinery there, but I think, or simulator, sorry. Terran player, refinery, Protoss player, simulator, whatever. But this gets revealed either way. They took the double gases. So back at home, San's throwing down 2 additional gateways. I think the idea behind this course is try and hit hard before Seed actually gets that tech out. Seed, of course, only going 1 gate is a very, I wouldn't call it necessarily greedy, but risky way to open this up. One of the things is, you know, you're not gonna be able to match your opponent on stalker production. Photon overcharge is nice. It buys you a little bit of time. But that's still going to mean you're going to need to throw probes down. Doesn't quite see that the pylon's coming down the bottom of the ramp, so this kind of looks just like a poke for the time being. But the probe getting up here into the main once again will actually get a pylon down in base. Mothership core will go down to 1 stalker, guys. Make no mistakes. He's got to be careful about this. He's not chroning out his own warp tech, and Sans is actually already finished. Probe does go down over there as the first blood, but this is not looking good for Seed. He is in, make no mistake, a lot of trouble. Not just yet, but he will be here in a second. I like that he starts 2 additional gateways, but he's got to spend like every bit of chrono energy on his own warp tech. Otherwise, he's not going to be able to keep up with his opponent. Probe's being pulled into this pylon, but it's not the pylon that is so scary, but it's the fact that he might lose the mothership core. He will! No photon overcharge! That, oh my god, that might just be game. He didn't pull all the probes to deal with this. He pulled a pretty adequate amount, actually, when you consider all things considered. And he's controlled with 1 stalker. He gets about 3. You know, quality over quantity, but that's never the case in StarCraft 2. It tends to be quantity over all. Trying to hold with what he can. He's just not able to keep up with the warpings of his opponent. And I mean, San could have been planning to do this from the get-go. This could have just been like a blanket strategy he wanted to go with here, but the idea was like as soon as you confirm your opponent takes double gases like that or this early, this becomes a much better way to handle this. And probes are dying left and right over here. His opponent's cut a couple workers to make this happen, but not a whole lot, not much. This pylon in the main base is just such a problem. Pulls the probes back, realizing he's got to go back to mining. He doesn't actually have money to warp much in with. 3 stalkers will get some work done, but he needs money to make more, clearly, of course. Probe scrapping it out best they can, but with that Zealot still standing and 3 stalkers behind it, this is This looks like an impossible hold here for Seed. If he can hold this, this would be fantastic. It would be incredibly impressive, but because of all the time he's pulled off of mine, he just doesn't have units to work with. 12 probes are down at this point. Playing probes once again, still can't afford to warp in another Stalker. 3 is all he has to work with, but this isn't going to work because Sun just keeps mining behind this. He keeps warping in behind this. This is sadly going to be the end of Seed. GG. Oh, man. San wins the series. I don't think that was unexpected. He's got to be the favorite going into this. If I look at the Partoufs, he certainly was. But, did not expect that to be the way it did. A little sad Seed went down, but that means San wins, and he'll move on to the semifinals where San will square off tomorrow against Center.